Today we're going to talk about how long it takes to close and explore some common pitfalls to look out for. Let's go. Hi, my name is Charlie. Welcome to the channel. I'm a Fairfield County, Connecticut realtor, and I help buyers find their dream home, and I help sellers net more money. Tell me what you'd like to know more about in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. We post new videos twice a week. A typical house is going to close in anywhere between 21 and 60 days. Now, you're going to need cash more than likely to close in that 21-day time frame, and usually the fastest you're going to be able to close with financing is about 30 days. So there are some things to look out for, some pitfalls that typically hold up deals, and I'm going to go through those with you now. So one of the things to look out for is when a buyer is purchasing a home and they need to sell theirs first. This is going to create an extra contingency in the deal, and the real challenge is if their deal gets held up, so does yours, because the two deals are coupled together. Now, most of the time, I should point out, most sellers, when they first go on the market, are not going to be interested in a transaction like this. After time goes on, they may get more flexible and be open to a buyer who has to hinge the sale on the or I should say has to hinge the purchase on the sale of their existing home. Another thing to look out for is open permits. Sometimes when heating contractors or roofing contractors, as an example, come to do work on your home, they don't actually close the permit out with the building department. So you go to transact the home sale and the buyer or the buyer's lawyer figures out that these permits were never closed, and then getting them closed sometimes could be a nightmare. So what you want to do ideally is before you go on the market, go down to town hall and check with the local building department to see that all the permits are closed. If they're open, at least this gives you a little bit of time to get a head start on getting those permits closed so they don't hang up your sale when you really need it to get done on time. So if your condo is not FHA approved, this could hold things up because it's going to need what's called a spot approval. So this only applies if the buyer has an FHA loan or FHA financing, which is true, quite frankly, there are quite a few of them out there, quite a few buyers with FHA loans. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and check. There is a database. I'm going to leave you with a link below in the description so you can go and check if your condo association has been FHA approved. If you like what you've heard so far, can you please do me a favor? Go ahead and hit the like button down below. It really helps us on YouTube and it helps us get more content out to you. So title issues are another thing that have caused problems in the past. So these are usually loans that were on the property and for whatever reason never got wiped off. It doesn't mean necessarily that they still exist, but perhaps an owner 2 or 3 owners ago had a loan or a lien or something on the property, and for whatever reason it wasn't properly cleared. So it takes a little bit more time to work through these difficulties. Seller, and your home is a short sale, which means that you owe more on it than you believe you can get for it at sale, then usually the process is going to take 3 to 4 months. The real challenge for buyers, I want to point out that I think you should avoid these deals, short sales, at all costs. They generally look like really good deals, but in my experience, most buyers just get completely frustrated by the process. You're going to have to put money down, and there's not going to be much communication coming back from the seller's bank about what's going on. 3 or 4 months down the road, you might finally get a decision, and they could still turn you down, and they can actually sell it. In most cases, they can sell it to someone else who makes a better offer than you. So you've been essentially tied up for 3 to 4 months, and you haven't been able to get out there and look for other homes. In my experience, if you stay dedicated to the search for 3 to 4 months, you're going to find yourself a good deal, a great value, something that's really good for you. So my suggestion as a buyer would be just to avoid this altogether. And another challenge could be that the buyer needs to reapply for their mortgage. So typically what happens is they get a loan or they get pre-approved, they start to go through the process, and for numerous reasons, the initial bank does not approve them. And usually what happens is they have to scramble, go to another bank, and reapply for the loan, which almost always causes a delay in the process. So this is a really tough one to avoid. As a seller, what you can do is ask your agent to call the mortgage person and just ask them, hey, how good is this buyer? Now, the mortgage person doesn't have to share the information, but in most cases, if they've got a good buyer, they really want to let you know. And in some cases, you'll find out, well, the person hasn't really given all the documents, or there's some other issues there, and those are red flags that you want to look for. If you're looking to purchase or sell a home in Fairfield County, Connecticut, I'd love to chat with you. I'm going to leave you some links below in the description where you can go ahead and search my site. You can search all Connecticut homes for sale. Don't forget to subscribe below and go follow us over on Instagram for some really great home design ideas.